want ends by the case, Lord. Get the millions and lay low. Take my what I'm gon' wait for. Put my bros on the payroll. Out of sight, out of mind, out my way. Out of sight, out of mind, out my way. Out of sight, out of mind, out my way. Out of sight, out of mind, out my way. I've been blind to it. Yeah. All these suckers, all these busts, all these leeches, now I'm not blind to it. Yeah. Get you done or we gon' run or watch me come up off of my music. I just make 10 in a week, I could make 10 in a day. I'ma wake up on the beach, I'ma wake up in the A. I never been to LA, I might fly to LA. I'ma get rich on pain, I'ma get rich just saying. I'ma get rich on pain, slap me, I leave my stain.
Welcome everybody. So glad to see all of you. I love it when I see a full room. You got lucky. So who here is a Hexican? Any Hexicans here? Yeah. Any Pulsicans here? Yeah. Nice. That's a lot of crossover. Who here is from really far away? Do we have anyone that came from like a really long distance? Where'd you come from?
Los Angeles.
Wow, that's going to be a winner right there. That's a long swim. I don't know what Hex could do to win much harder. I guess it'll be nice we'll be able to on-ramp users through Pulse Chain with no fees. I don't know if you guys are happy with the Ethereum fees or not. Does anyone wish Ethereum fees were lower?
Yeah.
They suck, and they're terrible. We used to pay pennies to start and end stakes or to transfer Ethereum or Hex. Now it's $50, $30 at least. I mean, the only way you're going to reduce that price is to improve the supply or decrease the demand. And decreasing demand, I don't think anyone. Go. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad. I'll try harder. Sorry about that, man. Yeah, it's a long room. So, I was just saying Ethereum fees suck. Hex good, Pulse good. Yeah. Hex good, Pulse good, ETH fee too high. It's caught up, 10,000x. It's like the highlights. You guys got any questions out there? Because I'm here to answer questions if you got them.
Richard, how do I get my wife to care about this?
Well, just buy her something nice with your gains, pretty much. I mean, girls, for some reason, girls don't care as much about sports and crypto and cars and guns as guys do. She cares. She's got a lot of opportunity out there. I mean, when's the last time you saw an Asian Hexican? There's very few. But that's a huge part of the world with billions of people. Hex-Asians, nice. So like, yeah, I think that we're so very early, but not many people understand how early we are. Like, we are very, very early. I was in Bitcoin in 2011, back when everyone was calling Bitcoin a scam. Some people haven't figured out it's not a scam yet. It may be old, it may be expensive, the price performance may be poor, but it's still a lot better than the stock market in general. It's not bad. It's still self-custodial. You still can control your own money. You can still mint your own rewards if you're a miner and pay a fee to some weird company in the middle of nowhere and pay the electric company. Okay, maybe the mining part of Bitcoin's not that good, but the self-custodying your own coins is very nice. You know, sometimes you go to an exchange and you try and get your money out and they say no. Well, that's no good. That's not why anybody's in crypto. And that's the beautiful thing about Hex is you'll always be able to mint your own rewards. You never have to beg anyone or plead or pray to somebody else to give you your own money.
Hello, my name is Fabiola and I'm using Twitter like for 10 years.
Nice.
And I use the internet every day. Why haven't I heard about Hex before today?
All right. Well, that's a great question. That is a great question. I spend most of my waking time shilling on Twitter as hard as I can, so it's definitely not my fault. It's, I think, well, I'll tell you a tangential answer which might help you. There are people that, as a mission, try to starve people of the information that Hex exists. They consider Hex a threat to their livelihood.
And how do you think Hex will react to that in contrast to the rest of the crypto market?
When prices go up for everything, the stuff you hold has to go up higher than all the other stuff you wanted. So if you have a stock portfolio and your stock portfolio doubled in price, but you want to buy a house and the house also doubled in price, you just treaded water. You didn't make money. I think Hex is going to continue to overperform because when you have something that people buy, they don't sell, and they lock it up on average 5.8 years, what do you think is going to happen to the price? And when more people are finding out about it, and I have so much energy of people hiding it and suppressing it, when those gates open and when the suppression ceases to work, you're going to get a flourishing and a spreading of the idea. And the business model and the stuff that makes Hex great is never going to change. Bitcoin was originally supposed to be programmable money. You can't program it to wake you up in the morning. Bitcoin is supposed to be peer-to-peer digital cash. Absolutely no one uses it in peer-to-peer digital cash. You don't want to wait an hour to 6 hours to get your transfer. You don't want to pay $20 to send it. So I mean, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't predict exactly what prices are going to do. But if you're going to have to sit in some asset, I think the best performing asset in the world is an okay place to be.
Hi, Tim, my name.
Pleasure.
Just a question about how Hexicans can onboard more people.
Unique benefit statement. What is the most important property that Hex has? The value increases, in my opinion. Everyone has a different thing. Some people care more about the environment. Okay. Some people care about the uptime. Okay. Some people care about self-sovereignty. Cool. In my opinion, the thing people care the most about is getting rich. When you have the best performing asset in the world, you should brag about it. If it just also happens to have the best uptime, and it also happens to have the best logo, and it also happens to have the best brand name and the best community and a pretty okay founder, you might as well talk to people about it. You might as well advertise it. It's just, you want the world's best performing asset that's ever existed, pre-viral, hex.com, 40% APY, 37, depending on how you want to round it, and 10,000x price performance in 623 days. You want to save the environment? You should be here. You want to reduce pollution? You should be here. You want to make the world more efficient? You should be here. You want to remove government from currency and have less work? You should be here. You want to get rid of counterparty risk and having to beg for your own money? Here. You like privacy and pseudo-anonymity and being able to do what you own? You should be here. There's so many different reasons and angles why people should be in Hex.
Nice. For the Ministry of Finance and
Oh my God!
Don't worry.
He's here to take it all from us.
I'm here in a private matter, unfortunately, I guess. So I have a couple of questions. First of all, in regards to Paul's chain, are you going to continue to have like a team of devs that are continuously working to enhance the code?
Sure.
And we were talking about, he was asking about network congestion, right?
Yeah.
And what are we going to do about this issue? Because I know that there's not going to be that much participation in the beginning, and therefore it's not going to be an issue.
Right.
But eventually, and hopefully, it will be, right?
Agree. It would be nice to have a functioning consensus network with people able to fix problems when they show up.
Yeah.
Because sometimes problems do show up. My answer to that is, who maintains the Ethereum network? It's 5 guys. Yeah. And those guys, they don't get paid that much. And so as long as you've got like a core team of 3 to 5 guys that know what they're doing, then the code can be maintained.
Yeah.
Now, who pays those 3-5 guys? Gotta tell you, they probably are sitting on big bags themselves. So they probably, even if no one was paying them, they may find it in their own best interest to protect their own investments anyway. And as I was mentioning earlier, we see people using the network without any assistance of mine. There's transactions going through that I don't have a front end that does that. So someone's doing it, Great questions, man. May I ask you, what do you do anything cool with the ministry?
It depends what you define as cool, but I do API integrations and different.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to see you guys here. Yeah. If we want to make the world a better place, we need to affect people in positions of power. I'm not saying that you're in one, but you may be one day, or you may have the ear of someone who has power, and there is technological progress happening here. All the currencies in the world are digital. Our currency just has a better known future issuance rate. That is useful to the world.
We agree with most things, right? Maybe the unboxing and
I had to try it, man.
and the stuff.
So I tried not cursing. That worked fine. So I don't curse on my live streams anymore, and I think that was a successful.
I miss that very much.
Do you? Well, apparently in the documentary, I'm allowed to curse a little bit. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Heavily encouraged.
I want hands by the case, Lord. Get the millions and lay low. Take my what I'm gonna wait for. Put my bros on the payroll. Out of sight, out of mind, on my way.
My question is very short.
So are you, sir. So are you.
If I have 10,000 hex,
Okay.
how long time take me to be rich?
Well, so I'll tell you a funny thing about being rich. Rich is a state of mind. There's no number that will actually make you feel rich. I can tell you as a person who's got a lot of numbers I got a lot of numbers, and usually I don't feel rich. Usually, I really don't.
Is it a dream for everybody?
It's the same for everybody. So if you want to if you really truly want to feel wealthy, it's a state of mind. If you focus on what you have, you will feel wealthy. If you focus on what you do not have, you will feel poor. To tell you, I like your fashion sense. I like your posture. I think you've got good things going on in your life just from what I see. I think you asked a leading question. I think you might already be rich, and you just put in like 0.00001% of your stack to see what this hex stuff is about. I could more directly answer your question in a non-emotional way, which is historically the hex price has doubled every like 47 or 61 days or something. I don't know if it keeps continuing to do that, but I know that we're very, very early, and I was very early in Bitcoin, and we have a much better head start than they do. You know, the best time to buy Bitcoin was when there was no liquidity. Satoshi owned all the coins. There was no place to buy it. Everyone thought it was a scam. That was the best time to buy Bitcoin. And then you see a lot of that similar stuff here, and you're like, hey, that's the best time to buy. And people think that that's like bad. You're like, no, that's perfect. Like everything is going great.
I would like to be anonymous because of our tax system, which is amazingly crazy.
Nobody knows how many coins I have either.
How high do you think Hex will ever come?
I think, so, I mean, this is, you asked the right question, man. So you could just see the chart do something truly unbelievable and just, you could, like, I feel so weird saying this, you could see $1 million hex, and then you'd be like, but that's more than the gross domestic product of the planet. It doesn't make sense. And you're like, yeah, I know, it doesn't make sense. So we shouldn't use market cap anymore. But I mean, we did 10,000x on 60,000 stakers. That's nothing, man. Like 60,000 stakes is nothing, absolutely nothing.
If Hex reach a price of $10 for one Hex, then this will be 3 times as much as all crypto altogether today. And if it goes in $50 a piece, it will be 15 times all crypto altogether, which is equivalent to 8 times the altogether budget of the United States, which is the world's biggest economy.
If you want to feel better about those numbers, I'll give you tricks. I'll give you tricks if you want to feel better about those numbers. Try and sell that much. Price goes down. So it self-balances. So you end up with an insane number, and then you're like, but not everyone can sell. There's a lot locked, and that leaves you with like only a little that could sell now. And then if they did sell, they'd have to take a little haircut. Then the numbers get a lot more realistic. But they're still the best ever seen in the world. Like I don't know of what event would have to occur to stop the chart from doing what it's been doing. And if I truthfully can't come up with something to make that chart stop doing that, I know where the chart points. And that's, like if you can't invalidate that chart, that's just what it's going to do. I mean, look at Bitcoin. If I told you 10 years ago, hey, Bitcoin's going to be 65,000 per. But, oh, by the way, here's one for free. It's 50 cents. When I was mining, there were 50 cents. If I told you that it would go from 50 cents to $65,000 each, you'd be like, you're crazy. It doesn't make sense. It's $1 trillion. There's no way Bitcoin would be worth $1 trillion. Well, now it's like 1.3. So, like this, we are in the highest appreciating asset class in the world, and we are in the best version of all these assets. Like, so I believe that it can do numbers that feel weird saying them. Like,
Richard, I'm a master of science.
Nice.
That's my education.
You got a good tan for a science master.
so I think we are both geniuses.
Nice, thanks. I'm going to give you that virtual high five.
Welcome to the club.
Thank you so much.
And Richard, Richard, now everything I have worked for all my life is staked in Hex.
Good.
So,
hard to get liquidated.
So, would you have a job for me? I'm not going to take the honor for what I know about Hex.
All right. I've seen somebody on-ramped you.
Charlie with the T-shirt.
Thanks, Charlie. You brought us a good one. I like him. Thanks, Charlie.
How how you developed this game theory behind
It's good stuff.
Especially the emergency unstake.
Yep.
Because you said in one or the other video, you said volatility up, emergency unstakes.
Yep.
People are going to cash in.
Yep.
Volatility down,
Yep.
emergency unstakes again. And what I personally like almost the most is like the people that lose their codes or go to heaven, if you will.
Yeah.
Like they're slowly being bleeded out again to the stakers.
Yeah.
So
and people that get
what
hacked.
actually caught the people the most talking about Hex when I tried to explain them was this game theory and the design of it, which is just incredible.
You must have smart friends.
If you could explain a little bit how
Well, I
you
mean,
came
look,
up
I
with
used
this.
every trick in the book,
This
right?
really
I was like, I
amazing.
looked at legacy finance and I said, what type of design patterns is legacy finance using to be profitable? Go ahead.
Yeah. First of all, awesome to meet you.
My pleasure.
I was curious about your more philosophical view.
Sure.
Where do you see, like, is the end goal?
Global domination. For it. Yeah. Totally vertically integrated. You never have to look at another cryptocurrency. You process your transactions with Pulse Chain. You on-ramp through some exchange, a Hexican or a Pulsican or some other awesome guy founds. We don't know who it might be yet, but hopefully someone does. And then, Hex is your store of value. And then you restake and peel off what you want to be rich. And it just keeps sucking all the liquidity out of the world until we've monetized time and delaying gratification, and the numbers become quite insane. That's the idea, and it's doable because it's a better design than Bitcoin, it's a better brand than Bitcoin, it's a better name than Bitcoin, it's a better community than Bitcoin, it's better game theory than Bitcoin, it's better price performance, it's a better price chart, it's better uptime, it's vastly superior in every way that I can think of, except liquidity. And by the way, that liquidity is the same reason the price don't go up much, because it's too much for sale. So I will be happier once we have surpassed Bitcoin in the last one or two remaining things it has left to surpass.
I want hands by the case, Lord. Get the millions and lay low. Take my what I'm gonna wait for. Put my bros on the payroll.
I have this little funny story for you. Yesterday, my wife, she was giving me a hard time and said, it's because of those dips you're in a bad mood. And I said, don't worry, honey. Tomorrow I'll go to Copenhagen and straighten it out and read your card.
I'm mad at this.
Come on in. Which one's you? This one? Yeah, right here. You got a tall young one here. He's a breeder. He's gonna make new Hexicans.
That's right.
This is Jacob. Astronomy is solar.
I'ma get rich on pain. Slimy, I leave my stain. Bad little bitty keep brains. Storm my wrist on rain. Ran up out the bank like it's a robbery. Take care of my mommy, I know she proud of me. Yeah. I want